So you're already living in Canada, or you're a newcomer, or perhaps you're still in your home country and deciding on what province to move to when you arrive in Canada. Well, I'm making this video to let you all know the province where I'm in, where we live, and what decisions I had to make to see me pick Alberta as my province of choice. Well, let's get into it. So my name is Henry Fimibama, and I make content on Canada. I make tutorial videos, lifestyle videos, and these days pretty much whatever is interesting that I like to talk about. And today's topic is actually on why I moved to Calgary, Alberta. The province it's got a lot of attention for its oil and gas. A lot of folks outside, probably know of Ontario and British Columbia more than they do of Alberta. I mean, that was the same case for me. But coming here, I actually would have moved to Manitoba because I had a sibling already there, and most people would want to move to where they would have a softer landing. So, what are these decisions, you might ask? Well, there are loads of them. For one, I learned just months before moving to Canada that Alberta actually has the lowest tax in all of Canada. So the GST is pretty much standard, which is 5% for all of the provinces. However, in Alberta, there is no provincial tax. So affordability is a huge one for me. It helps that the house rents are low. It helps that you could buy a house. Houses are affordable, and now because of the COVID pandemic, the interest rates are low. So this time more than ever, is the best time to make a house or home purchase. So affordability was key for me. If you're already in Canada, leave in the comment section and tell us why you chose to move to wherever province you're in. But affordability is one of the things that I looked at, and it was a no-brainer. Well, there are some factors that are important. These same factors were used to rank the world's most livable cities, and they include stability, culture and environment, education, infrastructure, and healthcare. So, armed with some of these factors and doing a ton of research, I finally decided to settle in Alberta. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're already on here subscribed, like this video. For the new ones, please subscribe and click on the notification so you get notified when I make new videos. Okay? The other thing I want to talk about is that the government of Alberta has a lot of programs to help newcomers settle in. Coming here, I read about the Direction for Immigrants. I know about the CCIS, I know about CY, there are tons of them. What I'll do is I'll put them in the description so you can take a look. It helps that when you come here and where the culture is different, that you quickly move on to get to know how things work here. Not only will they help you in your first job, it'll help you also in your interactions with people. It'll help you when you're networking. It'll help you just because if you find yourself in a new place and you don't know how to act, you may act a certain way, and then someday you may start thinking, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. So it's important to hop onto those programs and let them shape you moving forward while you get into Canada. The next thing my research told me was that there are a lot of jobs in the province. So coming here, I found that out. I always say it's good to use job aggregation sites like Indeed and Monster to research, where you're interested in. For me, I'm an IT professional, and it was easy to go there and find out jobs. What comes to mind readily is that there are loads of BA jobs here, business analysts. There are also data jobs, there are data entry roles, there are tons of jobs. The good thing is that for a lot of fields, not just only IT, healthcare, construction, tons of them, Alberta is the place to find them. So it was a no-brainer. In fact, after the affordability factor, this was the next one. And it took me 3 months to get a job. While some may say, oh, shouldn't I, be getting a job in my first month? Yeah, it also depends on the time you choose to move to Canada. I moved to Canada in December, which I would say now is not the best. It's typically good to move in during springtime or in the summer. That way either the winter is just ending and there are loads of recruitments, or in the summertime, when companies are looking to get new hands in. So that was another huge factor for me. The third one we're going to talk about is the education. So Alberta is one of the provinces that a lot of folks, flock to when considering, tertiary education. And I've seen it firsthand. I've had colleagues that finished from SAIT. SAIT is the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology in Calgary. I think Edmonton also has NAIT. So, I know for one that education is huge here. Calgary, Canada already being one of the most educated countries in the world. So if you're for those thinking of coming here for school purposes, think of Alberta. You can do a ton of research online to pick schools based on what your major is or what you're thinking of coming to do here. Another thing also is the fact that Calgary is one of the most sunniest cities in Canada. In the summertime, when it's lovely to go out, you can go to Banff, you can visit Jasper, you can visit Drumheller, or you can just take a 2-hour, 30-minute drive to Edmonton, where you have the West Edmonton Mall and you can shop and also do fun indoor activities like go swimming, and whatnot. So for me, these things were, sounded too good to be true. But I've been living here for 2 years now, and I can tell you I'm loving every minute of it. I actually love Alberta. So if you're looking to make that decision, you can go to the comments and ask questions if you have them. Or if you're looking to move from another province, you can also reach out and let me know what your thoughts are. I know some of you might have some fears, on if you could start life anew here in Alberta. Also, you shouldn't also sleep on the smaller cities that we have here. We have Red Deer, there's Brooks, there's St. Albert's. Depending on what you're looking for, that kind of lifestyle may suit your profession. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking. If you still haven't subscribed, please do, and click on the notification bell and like this video. Coming up, I have 2 more reasons why I chose to settle here in Alberta. Okay, so one more thing I'd like to talk about is the business side of things. So Alberta has a very young workforce, and 28% of people here that are in Alberta are actually newcomers. And that tells a lot. We see a lot of folks move from other provinces here. Of course, the aforementioned factors, have a huge role to play. And then in terms of business, Calgary, has the second highest concentration of self-employed people of major cities in Canada. The workforce is young, diverse, and is educated. The province also has the highest proportion of STEM graduates and the highest number of engineers and geoscientists of major Canadian cities. So if you choose to start a business here, there are tons of opportunities. Like I said before, there are a lot of fields you can choose to do that business in. I receive questions all the time on if you can have jobs in civil engineering, if there's jobs in the food management sector or healthcare. Yeah, you can find tons of them. Again, refer to sites like Indeed and Monster. Put in the keyword there for those jobs and then get the results. You can always drop in the comments your questions about some of these things, and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, now the last thing I'd like to talk on is the diversity in Alberta. Coming here, I noticed that the city where I live in, Calgary, is a very cosmopolitan city, and I know this to be the same for other cities as well. And it does tell a lot when Calgary is the home to the first Muslim mayor of a large North American city. Having experienced this in Calgary, I would say it really endeared me to the province. So I'd like to know in the comments, if you're thinking of moving to Canada, where you'd like to settle. If you're already in Canada, let's know why you chose to live in the province where you're currently living. I intend to do more videos to cover other provinces. They are good for a lot of things. The whole of Canada is great, don't get me wrong, but folks would like to know province specific things, things that would want to make them to decide to settle in a province. And today we are covering Alberta. So if you're divided or if you're not sure, give Alberta a look in. I've mentioned a lot of cool things. There's no provincial tax. The education is great. It's the most livable city in Canada. Rent is cheap. All of these factors. So let me know in the comments, and I'll answer the questions you have. Once more, if you're new here, please subscribe, like the video, and click on the notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.